For her first two albums, Olivia Rodrigo's identity was inseparable from the messy, grounded reality of a suburban teenage bedroom. But her third era is a sharp departure, Rodrigo sprinting through the gilded corridors of a French palace, trading bedroom pop for 18th century opulence. We're going to break down the mechanics of this pivot. But first, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more pop culture deep dives. Rodrigo's early dominance was built on pop-punk and teenage heartbreak. It's a successful formula, but it carries a built-in expiration date, as both the artist and the audience move into their 20s. Singing about being happy in love is notoriously difficult for artists who built their brand on being devastated. The risk is that the new material feels too light, or fails to capture the same intensity that made the early angst so relatable. To maintain a career at this level, an artist has to find a way to dismantle their own aesthetic, without losing the emotional core that their audience expects. Her third album, You Seem Pretty Sad for a Girl So in Love, signals this shift immediately by moving away from pop-punk into what she describes as experimental, sad love songs. Collaborating with producer Dan Nigro, she completely replaced the heavy, distorted guitars of the early 2000s with 1980s synth rock. This 80s influence took center stage during her 2025 Glastonbury performance, when she brought Robert Smith of The Cure on stage to join her. The lead single, Drop Dead, references the jaunty, hopeful town of The Cure's Just Like Heaven, using those 80s textures to mirror the physical rush of falling for a boy in London. The track is filled with a specific kind of paranoia, even nodding to the complicated relationship dynamics between Miranda Hobbs and Steve Brady from Sex and the City. By wrapping the anxiety of new love in an upbeat, nostalgic production, Rodrigo found a clever way to keep the emotional stakes high, even while singing about a totally happy relationship. The music video for Drop Dead provides the visual blueprint for this transition. Directed by Petra Collins, the production takes place inside the Palace of Versailles, moving the narrative from a private bedroom to a historical monument. The choice of location draws a direct parallel to Sofia Coppola's Marie Antoinette, a film defined by young women navigating isolation in the middle of extreme decadence. There are also clear echoes of Lana Del Rey's Born to Die, which used French palatial architecture to frame romance as something overwhelming and fatalistic. The wardrobe choices further signal a move toward maturity, with dresses that reference 1960s French chic icon Jane Birkin. This environment reframes the nature of a simple crush. By placing an obsessive internal monologue inside a historical palace, the rush of a new relationship is given the weight of a world-altering force. Through Versailles, Rodrigo equates the chaotic feelings of infatuation with the physical decadence of royalty. This shift into new aesthetic territory was a gamble, but the initial streaming data suggests that the pivot resonated with her audience. On its opening day, Drop Dead reached the top of the global Spotify charts with 10.7 million streams. In the US market, the track registered 4.08 million streams, more than doubling the count of the nearest song on the chart. These numbers actually exceeded the debut of her previous lead single, Vampire, which was released during her pop-punk era. The data shows a listener base that is willing to follow Rodrigo as she experiments with different genres and visual styles. This rollout allowed Rodrigo to step away from the bedroom pop formula of sour and guts without alienating her fans. She managed to take the same obsessive, maximalist gravity she used for her heartbreak songs and apply it to a state of total infatuation. The Drop Dead era indicates a career built on these aesthetic shifts, where the staying power comes from matching the scale of the production to the intensity of the emotion.